Welcome back. In this video, I will configure a zone graph that will have multiple characters walking on the same graph. I am using the same project as before, and I already have several different characters configured the same way the pig was configured. Check out my previous video for creating a character if you don't know what I am talking about. Like the pig, the African animals are free on Fab. There is a link in the description. I'm going to make a new zone graph so I can use a wider lane for the larger animals. My elephant lanes are 500 wide, which is what I will be using. You can scrub ahead if you don't want to watch. If you need help creating the graph, check on one of the previous videos. Once you have your zone graph, you need to get your tags set and the mass spawner configured. Go to Place Actors and drag out a mass spawner if you don't have one already. With the spawner selected in the outliner, under Details, expand Spawn and Set Account. Then click the plus sign next to Entity Types to add one. Expand Index and select your first data asset file for the first character you want. I will use the same pig as before. Then below that, add a generator instance. Select Zone Graph Spawn Points, and then expand under that until you get to any tags, and add the tag your character has in its data asset file. Build zone graph, and when I test, nothing spawns. Now you have a choice. You can make a dedicated lane profile with its own tag, or add tags to the existing. Since I have other levels in this project I do not want to break, I will add the tags in the level, not project settings. Select the zone shapes in the viewport or outliner, and under Details, I'm adding the pig tag to the elephant lane profile. Build zone graph and test again. And now we have pigs walking the path. Now let's add another. I have my content filter set for data assets so I can see what I have in this folder. I am adding an entity for lions to the mass spawner. Then scroll down for the tags and add lions. Then selecting the zone shapes in the level to be tagged with lion. Build zone graph and test. Now I see lions too. They are spawning a little close to the pigs and other animals are larger, so I am changing the values of the min and max gap under spawn data generators to space out their spawning. Now let's add a third. Add an entity, add a data asset, and then set your tags on the spawner and the zone shapes. I'm using hippos. Then build zone graph and test. Great. Pigs, lions, and hippos. But check this out, when I test again, check out the previous zone graph from the other video. It was only set up for pigs. But lions and hippos are also spawning here. Only the pigs are moving, the others just walking in place. This is the importance of tags. What if I wanted to have one graph with just pigs and another with multiple characters in the same level? That is when you need to set up tags for your specific graphs. I am going to set this older mass spawner to 0 spawn count to stop them. As you see when I test, they still spawn there. Again, the importance of tags for the character's data asset, the lane profiles, and the mass spawner. Probably spawning the same character with 2 different mass spawners isn't helping. I am not positive, to be honest. I've only configured it once, and it is the only graph on that level. Trial and error for some things. Like the proportion value shown for each entity. Lower it to see less of one character compared to the other characters. It's hit or miss how it works. Something else to remember is the zone graph stuff is still shown as beta by Epic. Also, there are limits to what can be done with blueprints. At least that's what I tell myself when I can't get things to work correctly and I don't want to blame myself. Haha. I know there is a lot more for me to learn about how it all works. I hope this was helpful. Catch you in the next one.